In a world where science often blurs the lines between fiction and reality, a recent revelation has sent shockwaves through both the scientific community and the general public. Leaked documents from 2024 have unveiled a startling initiative funded by none other than Bill Gates, aimed at recreating the DNA of the Nephilim, a race of giants shrouded in mystery and myth, as mentioned in ancient texts. This project raises profound ethical questions and ignites a debate about what it means to play God. As we peel back the layers of this extraordinary claim, we will explore the origins of the Nephilim myth, trace its roots in various cultures, and consider the implications of such ambitious scientific endeavors. The Nephilim are referenced in the Bible, specifically in Genesis 6, 1-4, where they are described as the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. This brief mention has been the subject of much speculation and interpretation over the centuries. Who were these beings? Were they literal giants, or are they merely symbolic figures representing human flaws? Ancient texts such as the Book of Enoch provide additional context, suggesting that the Nephilim may have possessed extraordinary abilities or knowledge. As we delve deeper into this narrative, the historical significance of the Nephilim becomes increasingly apparent, posing essential questions about their existence and relevance to modern society. If you want more investigations like this, make sure to subscribe. The intersection of ancient mythology and contemporary science is a fertile ground for exploration, and this investigation promises to unravel the complexities surrounding the Nephilim and their potential resurrection through modern technology. The implications of recreating such beings are staggering, not only for the scientific community, but for humanity as a whole. What does it mean to manipulate the very building blocks of life, especially in the context of beings once thought to be mythical? The ancient texts that speak of the Nephilim are fraught with ambiguity and have been interpreted in various ways throughout history. Some view them as fallen angels, others as giants, and still others as metaphors for the darker aspects of humanity. This ambiguity invites a range of scholarly perspectives, each contributing to the rich tapestry of the Nephilim narrative. Could it be that these ancient accounts are not merely myths, but rather historical memories of an advanced civilization that existed long ago? As we consider these interpretations, we begin to see how the lines between myth and reality can blur, leading us to question what we believe about our own history. As the narrative unfolds, we must confront the ethical implications of recreating Nephilim DNA. What are the potential consequences of bringing back beings that were once thought to be a part of our mythological past? The very idea of manipulating DNA raises significant moral and ethical dilemmas. Scientists have made incredible strides in biotechnology, but with great power comes great responsibility. The question emerges: should we pursue such endeavors, even if the technology allows us to do so? At this juncture, it is crucial to reflect on the ancient wisdom that surrounds the Nephilim. The myths and stories passed down through generations carry lessons that may still resonate today. They remind us of the dangers of hubris and the ethical boundaries that science must not cross. As we consider the potential outcomes of recreating the Nephilim, we must ask ourselves whether humanity is prepared to face the consequences of such actions. The leaked documents indicate that this project is not merely a theoretical pursuit. It is an active initiative with backing from influential figures in the scientific community. As we investigate further, we will uncover the motivations behind this groundbreaking endeavor and the potential ramifications for society. Are we prepared for the reality of resurrecting beings that could change the very fabric of our existence? The discussion surrounding the Nephilim is not just a matter of ancient texts. It intertwines with our understanding of genetics, ethics, and the future of humanity. As we navigate this complex landscape, we will consider how the scientific community views ancient myths and what they reveal about our collective psyche. The Nephilim may serve as a metaphor for our own ambitions and fears, reflecting humanity's struggle with power, knowledge, and the desire to transcend our limitations. In conclusion, as we embark on this investigation into the Nephilim, we are compelled to explore not only the historical context of these ancient beings, but also the profound implications of attempting to recreate them in our modern world. The intersection of ancient mythology and cutting-edge science invites us to ponder the responsibility that comes with such knowledge. What will the future hold if we pursue this path? Together, we will seek answers to these questions as the journey into the unknown begins. The investigation into the Nephilim begins with a closer examination of the ancient texts that reference these enigmatic beings. The most notable among them is the Book of Genesis, specifically Genesis 6, 1-4, which describes the sons of God who took the daughters of men as wives, leading to the birth of the Nephilim. This passage has captivated scholars for centuries, stirring debates about the nature and identity of the Nephilim. Were they giants, demigods, or something entirely different? The ambiguity in these scriptures fuels a multitude of interpretations. Some scholars argue that the term Nephilim comes from the Hebrew root NPL, meaning to fall, suggesting that these beings were fallen angels, or hybrids between divine and human. Others propose that they might represent an ancient memory of a race of giants, or an advanced civilization that existed long ago. As we explore these interpretations, we are compelled to ask, is it possible that the Nephilim were more than mere myths, and could instead embody a historical memory that has been lost to time? In the Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text that expands on the Genesis account, the Nephilim are described in greater detail. The text recounts the story of the Watchers, angels who descended to earth and took human wives, resulting in the birth of the giants. This version adds a layer of complexity to the Nephilim narrative, suggesting a divine intervention that resulted in their existence. However, the Book of Enoch is not considered canonical by many religious traditions, leading to further debate about its validity and influence. The interpretations of these ancient texts are not merely academic, they have profound implications for our understanding of humanity's history and our relationship with the divine. If the Nephilim were indeed a hybrid race, what does that say about our own origins? Are we to believe that our ancestors had encounters with beings that transcended the human experience? This raises compelling questions about the nature of divinity and the limits of human understanding. As scholars sift through the layers of these ancient writings, they encounter contrasting viewpoints. Traditional religious interpretations often view the Nephilim as symbolic representations of humanity's darker tendencies, a cautionary tale about the consequences of straying from divine law. These interpretations suggest that the Nephilim serve as a metaphor for the potential for destruction that lies within us all. Conversely, modern interpretations may lean towards a more literal understanding, suggesting that the Nephilim were physical beings who walked the earth, challenging our notions of what is possible. If we consider the latter view, we must grapple with the implications of resurrecting such beings through modern technology. The idea that we might recreate Nephilim DNA raises ethical questions about the nature of life itself. Should we, as a species, attempt to bring back beings that history has deemed mythical? What responsibilities do we have towards these potential creatures? And what safeguards must be put in place to prevent misuse of such technology? The intersection of ancient mythology and contemporary science sets a fertile ground for exploration. As we delve deeper into this investigation, we must also consider how these narratives have shaped our cultural consciousness. The Nephilim have appeared in various forms throughout history, from ancient Mesopotamia to contemporary pop culture, often embodying our fears and aspirations. They represent the eternal struggle between humanity and the unknown, the desire to understand our origins while grappling with the consequences of our knowledge. As we navigate the complexities of the Nephilim narrative, we must also acknowledge the voices of those who seek to debunk the myths. Skeptics argue that the stories of giants and supernatural beings are mere fabrications, born out of the human imagination in an attempt to explain the inexplicable. They point to the absence of concrete archaeological evidence linking these beings to reality, insisting that the Nephilim are nothing more than a cautionary tale echoing through the ages. However, this skepticism does not silence the questions that linger. If these stories are indeed rooted in historical memory, what might we uncover if we could access the genetic material of these beings? Are there remnants of their existence hidden within the ancient DNA that science might one day unlock? If you are intrigued by these questions, consider how the legacy of the Nephilim could impact our understanding of genetics and the ethical boundaries we navigate in the pursuit of knowledge. The ongoing debates about their existence compel us to examine not only our past, but also the future we are shaping through science. The potential to recreate Nephilim DNA forces us to confront our own humanity and the responsibilities that come with wielding such power. As we continue to explore the implications of recreating the Nephilim, we will delve into the scientific advancements that make such endeavors possible. The intersection of ancient texts and modern science invites us to reflect on the lessons of history, reminding us that while knowledge can illuminate our path, it can also cast long shadows. The very act of resurrecting beings once deemed mythical demands that we scrutinize our intentions and consider the broader consequences of our actions. In this investigation, we will seek to unravel the threads connecting ancient texts, archaeological discoveries, and the emerging field of genetic engineering. As we explore the Nephilim, we are not merely piecing together a narrative. We are engaging in a dialogue about what it means to be human in the face of scientific advancement. The questions we pose today may shape the landscape of our future, challenging us to consider what lies ahead as we stand on the precipice of a new era in biotechnology. The journey into the Nephilim narrative is just beginning, and as we proceed, we will uncover the layers of meaning embedded within these ancient texts. Together, we will navigate the complexities of interpretation, ethics, and the potential for resurrection. This investigation promises to reshape our understanding of the Nephilim, inviting us to ponder not just their existence, but the implications of bringing them back to life in our modern world. As the investigation delves deeper into the implications of recreating Nephilim DNA, the narrative takes an intriguing turn toward the scientific realm. Experts in genetics and archaeology are drawn into the discussion, highlighting the feasibility of such a project. With advancements in genetic engineering, particularly with technologies like CRISPR, the prospect of manipulating ancient DNA ignites both excitement and trepidation within the scientific community. The journey into this groundbreaking field begins by examining the very foundation of genetic engineering. CRISPR, a powerful tool that allows for precise alterations in DNA, has revolutionized the way scientists approach genetic manipulation. By providing a means to edit genes with unprecedented accuracy, CRISPR has opened doors to possibilities once confined to the pages of science fiction. But as we stand on the brink of recreating entities that have long been considered mythical, we must grapple with the ethical dilemmas that accompany such capabilities. The question that looms large is whether humanity is prepared to wield this kind of power. While the allure of resurrecting the Nephilim might provoke genuine scientific curiosity, it also raises profound ethical concerns. Should we, as stewards of this technology, venture into realms that could fundamentally alter the fabric of life? The implications of recreating Nephilim DNA are not merely academic. They possess the potential to redefine our understanding of existence itself. Moreover, sourcing viable DNA samples from ancient remains presents a formidable challenge. Archaeologists and geneticists must navigate the complexities of ancient preservation, environmental degradation, and contamination. The quest for DNA that may have been dormant for millennia requires an interdisciplinary approach, combining expertise from various fields. This collaboration underscores the urgency of the project, as researchers race against time to uncover remnants of a past that could reshape our understanding of history. If you want more investigations like this, make sure to subscribe. The complexities involved in sourcing ancient DNA are not just technical hurdles. They underscore a broader philosophical question. What does it mean to bring back beings that may have existed in a different epoch? The potential for recreating the Nephilim is not simply about scientific achievement. It poses existential inquiries about the nature of humanity's relationship with its past. As we delve further into this investigation, we encounter a spectrum of opinions within the scientific community. Some experts express optimism about the potential applications of genetic engineering, envisioning advancements in medicine, agriculture, and conservation. Yet others caution against the unintended consequences of manipulating ancient DNA, warning that we may be tampering with forces we do not fully understand. The ongoing debates about the ethics of such scientific endeavors highlight the delicate balance between exploration and responsibility. The implications of recreating Nephilim DNA extend beyond the laboratory and into society at large. As news of this project spreads, public discourse ignites a firestorm of reactions. Many individuals grapple with the moral conundrums posed by the possibility of resurrecting a race of giants. Some view it as a form of scientific hubris, a dangerous step toward playing God. Others argue that the pursuit of knowledge should know no bounds, advocating for the pursuit of discovery regardless of ethical dilemmas. In this climate of uncertainty, ethicists and sociologists weigh in, providing insights into how society might react to the resurrection of a mythical race. The questions surrounding the implications of such a project prompt vital discussions about the responsibilities that accompany scientific advancements. What safeguards must be established to prevent misuse of this technology? How do we ensure that the lessons of history are not lost in the pursuit of progress? Moreover, as society grapples with these questions, the specter of potential misuse looms large. The narrative turns to the darker possibilities that accompany the resurrection of ancient DNA. Critics argue that the manipulation of Nephilim DNA could lead to the creation of beings that challenge our existing notions of ethics and morality. The fear of unintended consequences becomes palpable as the lines between scientific advancement and ethical boundaries blur. As the investigation unfolds, we must also consider the cultural implications of resurrecting the Nephilim. Throughout history, giants have represented humanity's fascination with the extraordinary and the unknown. They embody our aspirations and fears, often serving as metaphors for the challenges we face. By resurrecting these beings, we risk not only altering our understanding of history, but also reshaping cultural narratives that have persisted for centuries. The potential for creating a new class of beings raises ethical and moral dilemmas that cannot be ignored. Who would be responsible for these entities? What rights would they possess? The questions echo through the corridors of academia and public discourse alike, highlighting the need for a comprehensive ethical framework that addresses the complexities of genetic manipulation. If you want more investigations like this, make sure to subscribe. As the scientific community navigates these uncharted waters, the implications of recreating Nephilim DNA force us to confront our own humanity. The intersection of ancient mythology and modern science challenges us to reflect on our motivations and the consequences of our actions. As we continue this investigation, the urgency to understand the implications of genetic manipulation becomes more pronounced. The narrative emphasizes that while the potential to resurrect beings once deemed mythical is tantalizing, it must be approached with caution and respect for the ethical dimensions involved. The lessons of the past serve as a reminder that knowledge, while powerful, carries with it a weight of responsibility. In conclusion, the exploration of recreating Nephilim DNA unfolds at a critical juncture where science meets ethics. The investigation invites us to ponder not only the feasibility of such a project, but also the broader implications for society and humanity. As we stand on the precipice of scientific advancement, we must navigate the complexities of interpretation and responsibility, ensuring that our pursuit of knowledge does not come at the cost of our humanity. The questions we pose today will shape the landscape of our future, compelling us to consider what lies ahead as we grapple with the mysteries of our past. As the investigation into the implications of recreating Nephilim DNA unfolds, we shift our focus to the societal reactions that this project has sparked. The concept of resurrecting a mythical race is not merely a scientific endeavor. It raises profound ethical and moral dilemmas that resonate deeply within the fabric of society. The news of this project has ignited debates across social media platforms, news outlets, and public forums, each discussion brimming with contrasting opinions, fears, and hopes. Many individuals are grappling with the moral implications of such scientific advancements. The idea of bringing back beings that are often depicted as giants, creatures of immense power and unknown capabilities, has led to fears of what this could mean for humanity. Would these beings possess the same traits attributed to them in ancient texts? Would they be a threat to our existence or a means to unlock untold knowledge? As these questions circulate, they reveal a society at a crossroads, wrestling with the boundaries of scientific exploration and the potential consequences of playing God. Public discourse is rife with apprehension. Some critics argue that this project is a blatant act of hubris, a dangerous flirtation with the very essence of life itself. They express concern that humanity is not equipped to handle the repercussions of reviving a race that has long been relegated to the realm of myth. There is a palpable anxiety about the ethical frameworks that govern such powerful scientific endeavors. How can we ensure that this technology is used responsibly? What safeguards need to be in place to prevent potential misuse? Conversely, there are those who view this endeavor as an opportunity to advance human understanding. They argue that the pursuit of knowledge should remain unbounded, advocating for scientific inquiry as a means of pushing the limits of human capability. This perspective champions the idea that recreating Nephilim DNA could lead to breakthroughs in genetics, medicine, and our understanding of human evolution. Yet, even within this camp, there is a recognition of the delicate balance between exploration and the ethical responsibilities that accompany it. The conversation around the Nephilim has also sparked interest from ethicists and sociologists, who provide insights into how society might respond to the resurrection of a mythical race. Public opinion surveys show a division of thought. While some people are excited about the possibilities, others are deeply wary. Ethicists emphasize the importance of establishing a robust ethical framework to guide the research and application of this technology, cautioning that without such measures, society risks venturing into dangerous territory. As discussions unfold, the fear of potential misuse looms over the project. Critics warn of a scenario where the manipulation of Nephilim DNA could lead to the creation of beings that challenge our understanding of ethics, rights, and even existence. The prospect of creating a new class of beings raises fundamental questions about responsibility. If scientists succeed in recreating the Nephilim, who would be accountable for their actions? What rights would these entities possess, and how would society integrate them? In the midst of this whirlwind of opinion, we find ourselves confronting the cultural implications of resurrecting the Nephilim. Throughout history, giants have symbolized humanity's fascination with the extraordinary and the unknown. They embody our aspirations, fears, and the archetypal struggle between man and the divine. By bringing these beings back into existence, we risk altering not only our understanding of history, but also our cultural narratives, which have persisted for centuries. If you want more investigations like this, make sure to subscribe. The dialogue surrounding the Nephilim invites us to reflect on who we are as a society. Are we willing to confront the questions that arise when we dabble in the realms of creation and resurrection? The concern is not just about the Nephilim, but about what it reveals about our own humanity. The potential for hubris is a consistent theme, echoing through history as civilizations have grappled with the consequences of overreaching. The ethical considerations surrounding the project demand careful examination. As we delve deeper, we must ask ourselves, what constitutes responsible scientific inquiry? How do we balance the thirst for knowledge with the potential repercussions of our actions? It is imperative that, as we stand at this crossroads, we engage in meaningful dialogue to navigate the complexities of this undertaking. The narrative weaves together threads from the past and present, urging us to consider the lessons learned from history. The resurrection of the Nephilim is not solely a scientific pursuit. It is a reflection of our collective consciousness and the ethical frameworks that govern our actions. Each conversation surrounding this project has the power to shape the future, prompting us to explore our values and priorities as a society. Moreover, the intersection of science and ethics highlights the need for interdisciplinary collaboration. Geneticists, ethicists, sociologists, and historians must work together to create a comprehensive understanding of the implications of resurrecting the Nephilim. Such collaboration could pave the way for responsible research and application, ensuring that the potential benefits are maximized while minimizing risks. As we continue this investigation, the urgency to understand the broader implications of recreating Nephilim DNA becomes increasingly evident. The dialogue surrounding this topic invites us to reflect on our motivations and the responsibilities we bear as stewards of scientific progress. The weight of history hangs heavy over our attempts to manipulate the very fabric of life, reminding us that knowledge, while powerful, often comes with a profound responsibility. In conclusion, the societal implications of recreating Nephilim DNA cannot be understated. The project has ignited a multifaceted discussion that touches on ethics, responsibility, and the very nature of humanity. As we navigate this complex landscape, we must remain vigilant and introspective, considering not only the scientific possibilities but also the ethical dimensions that accompany them. The questions we pose today will shape the trajectory of our future, compelling us to confront what it means to be human in a world where the boundaries of creation are increasingly blurred. As the investigation delves deeper into the enigmatic world of the Nephilim, we turn our attention to the archaeological evidence that may illuminate the truth about these ancient giants. Throughout history, various cultures have left behind remnants that hint at extraordinary beings. This section takes us to significant archaeological sites believed to hold the key to understanding the Nephilim and their potential existence. One of the most profound locations that connects to the Nephilim narrative is Mount Hermon, a site steeped in biblical history. According to ancient texts, including the Book of Enoch, Mount Hermon is where the Watchers descended to earth. These celestial beings, who are often associated with the Nephilim, are said to have taken human wives, leading to the birth of the giants. This account raises the question, what evidence can we find at Mount Hermon that might corroborate these ancient claims? As we explore Mount Hermon, evidence of ancient structures begins to emerge. Archaeologists have uncovered remnants of temples and altars that suggest this site was significant to ancient civilizations. The very geography of the mountain, its towering peaks and hidden valleys, creates a mystical backdrop that could easily inspire stories of giants. The connection between the site and the Nephilim myth is tantalizing, inviting us to consider whether these structures were built in reverence of beings from the heavens. Another intriguing site is Baalbek in Lebanon, known for its colossal stone structures. The Temple of Bacchus and the Temple of Jupiter are architectural marvels that have baffled engineers and archaeologists alike. The stones used in these constructions weigh hundreds of tons, and the precision of their placement defies the capabilities of the ancient technology attributed to the time of their construction. Some theorists argue that such monumental architecture could only have been erected with the help of advanced beings, perhaps even the Nephilim themselves. Theories abound regarding how these ancient civilizations could have managed such feats. Some propose that a lost technology, possibly gifted by the Nephilim, enabled humans to manipulate large stones with ease. This perspective challenges our understanding of ancient engineering and invites us to reconsider the capabilities of past civilizations. If giants once walked the earth, what else might we have lost to history? As we continue to investigate the archaeological evidence, we must also address the skeptics. Mainstream archaeology often dismisses claims of ancient giants as mere folklore, attributing such narratives to myth-making rather than historical fact. However, the existence of megalithic structures and their alignment with astronomical phenomena cannot be overlooked. These alignments raise further questions. What purpose did these structures serve, and how did ancient peoples view their world? In light of these discoveries, we are faced with a dilemma. If evidence of the Nephilim and their influence on ancient civilizations exists, what does that mean for our understanding of history? Are we willing to entertain the possibility that myths may hold a kernel of truth? The tension between mythology and archaeology creates a fertile ground for further exploration, compelling us to challenge established narratives. As we navigate through this complex landscape, we must also consider the implications of these findings. If the Nephilim were real, what impact did their presence have on humanity? The stories passed down through generations hint at conflicts, alliances, and interactions between these giants and humankind. Such dynamics could reshape our understanding of ancient societies and their relationships with the divine. If you want more investigations like this, make sure to subscribe. The implications of resurrecting Nephilim DNA extend beyond the realm of science. They touch on the very fabric of our cultural narratives. As we piece together the evidence, we are reminded that history is not a linear path, but a tapestry woven from threads of myth, reality, and everything in between. In addition to Mount Hermon and Baalbek, Other sites around the globe have reported findings that challenge our conventional understanding of history. From the Nazca Lines in Peru to the Great Pyramids of Giza, the question persists. Are these monuments simply remarkable feats of engineering, or do they speak to a deeper connection with beings beyond our comprehension? Each artifact and structure adds another layer to the ongoing debate about the Nephilim and their potential legacy. The archaeological evidence we uncover must also be contextualized within the broader framework of human history. The Nephilim narrative intersects with other myths of giants found in various cultures worldwide. From the Titans of Greek mythology to the Jotun of Norse lore, the archetype of the giant appears repeatedly. This global pattern suggests that the stories of the Nephilim are not isolated, but part of a larger human experience. Examining the similarities among these myths may lead us to a greater understanding of why the concept of giants resonates across cultures and time periods. Are they manifestations of our fears and aspirations? Do they symbolize the struggle between humanity and the unknown? The answers to these questions are as complex as the tales themselves, but they invite us to ponder our place in the universe. As we gather all this information, we must remain open to the possibility that the truths we uncover may not fit neatly into our existing frameworks. The Nephilim narrative challenges us to confront our assumptions and engage with the unknown. What if the stories of giants are not mere fantasies, but reflections of our ancestors' encounters with something extraordinary? In conclusion, the archaeological evidence surrounding the Nephilim invites us to explore the intersection of myth and reality. As we examine the remnants of ancient civilizations, we are left with more questions than answers. The journey through history reminds us that we are all part of a grand narrative, one that continues to unfold as we seek to understand our past. The places we visit and the artifacts we uncover serve as reminders of the complex web of human experience. The quest for knowledge is a shared endeavor, and as we delve into the mysteries of the Nephilim, we are compelled to ask, what will our discoveries reveal about ourselves? Each step brings us closer to understanding not only the giants of the past, but also the giants within ourselves, the aspirations, fears, and dreams that define our humanity. As the investigation nears its conclusion, we synthesize the vast array of information we've gathered throughout this documentary. The journey has taken us through ancient texts, modern scientific pursuits, and the ethical implications of recreating Nephilim DNA. Each element we've explored contributes to a broader understanding of what it means to delve into the past, and more importantly, what it means to manipulate it. We began with the shocking revelations from leaked documents indicating that Bill Gates is funding a project that aims to bring back the DNA of the Nephilim, a term often shrouded in mystery and myth. As we pieced together the implications of this project, we considered the stories told in ancient scriptures, the interpretations of scholars over centuries, and the modern technology that might make such an endeavor possible. The connections between the past and present are not merely academic. They raise profound questions about our responsibilities as we tread where our ancestors may have once stood. The exploration of the Nephilim doesn't just reside within dusty old texts, but enters the realm of genetic engineering, a field advancing at an unprecedented pace. With technologies like CRISPR allowing for the precise editing of DNA, the idea of resurrecting ancient genetic material becomes less a fantasy and more a feasible scientific pursuit. However, the ethical implications of such a project cannot be overstated. If we succeed in recreating Nephilim DNA, what responsibilities do we have towards these entities? Would they be treated as scientific curiosities, or would they be granted rights? Are we prepared for the societal implications of introducing beings that may possess capabilities beyond our understanding? The potential outcomes of this project are staggering. If the Nephilim were indeed beings of great stature and intelligence, as ancient texts suggest, what would their reappearance mean for humanity? Would we embrace them as a new chapter in human evolution, or would fear dictate our response? The historical narrative suggests that the Nephilim were both revered and feared, seen as intermediaries between the divine and human realms. The resurrection of such entities could lead to societal upheaval, challenging our understanding of power dynamics, belief systems, and the very fabric of our civilization. As we summarize the key points discussed, we revisit the ancient texts that sparked our inquiry. Genesis 6:1-4 mentions the sons of God and daughters of men, a line that has been interpreted in myriad ways. The Book of Enoch expands on these ideas, providing a rich tapestry of lore that hints at a complex relationship between divine beings and humanity. Each interpretation yields different implications for our understanding of history and mythology. If the Nephilim were once real, what does that say about our ancestors' experiences? How do we reconcile these narratives with the skeletal remains and archaeological findings that suggest the existence of advanced civilizations? The evidence we have collected raises crucial questions about the nature of ancient stories. Are they mere allegories, or do they represent historical memories of significant encounters? If we entertain the notion that the Nephilim were not just figments of imagination, but tangible beings, we must confront what that means for our collective memory and legacy. As we continue to piece together the evidence, we find that history is not a straightforward narrative, but a complex web of possibilities, interpretations, and implications. Let us consider the potential consequences of this project. If the Nephilim were to be recreated, this could lead to a new era of understanding about our own origins. Would we uncover truths about human evolution that challenge everything we think we know? The implications of reintroducing such beings into society could lead to a renaissance of thought, or conversely, a backlash that could fracture our social fabric. The discussions surrounding the ethical treatment of newly created beings could also reignite age-old debates about personhood, rights, and the responsibilities of creators. In the archaeological realm, the ongoing debates about the existence of the Nephilim and their influence on ancient civilizations challenge us to rethink our understanding of the past. Sites like Mount Hermon and Baalbek are not just relics of human achievement. They are also markers of a time when the lines between the divine and the mortal were perceived differently. The colossal structures built by ancient peoples invite scrutiny and speculation. And were they merely grand constructions, or did they serve a purpose that transcended the physical realm? The archaeological evidence must be contextualized within broader human history, where myths of giants recur in various cultures, suggesting a shared experience that transcends geography and time. From the Titans of Greek mythology to the Jotun of Norse lore, the idea of giants exists as a powerful archetype in the human psyche. What does it mean that cultures separated by vast distances share these narratives? Are they warnings or representations of our ancestors' struggles against forces they could not comprehend? As we reflect on the journey taken throughout this investigation, we must also acknowledge the limitations of our current understanding. The Nephilim narrative challenges us to confront our assumptions and engage with the complexities of our past. It invites us to consider that the truths we uncover may not fit neatly into our existing frameworks. The stories of giants, whether seen as myth or reality, compel us to ask deeper questions about our existence and our place in the universe. If you want more investigations like this, make sure to subscribe. The synthesis of ancient lore and modern science presents an opportunity for a richer understanding of our cultural heritage. As we continue to push the boundaries of what is scientifically possible, we must also remain grounded in the ethical considerations that accompany such advancements. History teaches us that our actions today can have profound implications for future generations. The exploration of the Nephilim and the potential to recreate their DNA is not just a scientific endeavor, it is a reflection of humanity's desire to understand and sometimes control the mysteries of existence. As we stand on the precipice of this new frontier, we must consider what it means to play God, to wield the power of creation, and to confront the consequences that such power entails. As we draw this investigation to a close, we are left with more questions than answers. What stands firm in our understanding of history? What remains open for further exploration? The journey through the tales of the Nephilim serves as a reminder that the past is not a distant memory, but a living narrative that continues to shape our identities and beliefs. The quest for truth is ongoing, and each discovery leads us closer to understanding not only the giants of the past, but also the giants within ourselves, the aspirations, fears, and dreams that define what it means to be human. In this delicate balance between myth and reality, we find the essence of our shared humanity, a reminder that, as we seek to unlock the secrets of our ancestors, we must tread carefully, respecting both the knowledge we gain and the legacies we inherit. What awaits us in the future remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: the story of the Nephilim is far from over. As we reflect on the intricate web of knowledge woven throughout our investigation, we find ourselves at a pivotal juncture, illuminated by the revelations regarding the Nephilim. The journey has taken us through ancient texts, cutting-edge science, and profound ethical inquiries about what it means to play God in our quest for knowledge. The potential to recreate Nephilim DNA poses more than just a scientific challenge. It is a question that strikes at the very heart of our humanity. Consider the implications of such a project. If the Nephilim were to be brought back into existence, we could be on the brink of uncovering truths about our origins that have long remained shrouded in mystery. What if this endeavor reveals connections to our evolution that challenge everything we think we know about human history? The ethical ramifications are staggering. Would society embrace these beings, or would fear and distrust lead to a catastrophic backlash that fractures the very fabric of our civilization? The discussions surrounding the rights of these new beings would reignite age-old debates about personhood and the responsibilities of creators. Just as the giants of the past loom large in the narratives of different cultures, the echoes of their existence challenge our current understanding of morality and ethics. Are we ready to face the consequences of our actions, particularly when those actions could lead to the resurrection of entities once thought to be mere myths? In the realm of archaeology, the existence of Nephilim and their impact on ancient societies continues to stir debate. Sites like Mount Hermon and Baalbek, often cited as evidence of advanced civilizations, invite scrutiny and speculation. The monumental structures left behind are not merely relics. They are testaments to a time when the boundary between the divine and the mortal was perceived differently. Were these constructions simply grand displays of human ingenuity, or did they serve a more profound purpose tied to the legends of giants? This inquiry extends beyond the realm of archaeology and into the very essence of what it means to be human. As we navigate through the complexities of our past, we are reminded that myths of giants recur across various cultures, creating a tapestry of shared experiences that transcend time and geography. From the Titans of Greek mythology to the Jotun of Norse lore, the archetype of the giant resonates deeply within our collective consciousness. What does it say about us that we continuously return to these narratives? Are they warnings, reflections of our ancestors' struggles against forces beyond comprehension, or something else entirely? As we draw our investigation to a close, it becomes evident that our understanding of the Nephilim is not static, but continually evolving. The narratives surrounding these beings compel us to confront our assumptions and engage with the complexities that lie beneath the surface. The truth we uncover may not fit neatly into our preconceived notions. Instead, it may challenge us to consider that the line between myth and reality is far more blurred than we previously believed. If you want more investigations like this, make sure to subscribe. The intersection of ancient lore and modern science presents an opportunity for deeper exploration into our cultural heritage. As we push the boundaries of what is scientifically achievable, we must remain grounded in the ethical considerations that accompany such progress. History has shown us that the ramifications of our actions can echo through time, affecting generations to come. The exploration of the Nephilim and the potential to recreate their DNA transcends mere scientific curiosity. It is a reflection of humanity's enduring desire to unlock the mysteries of existence. As we stand on the cusp of this new frontier, we must carefully consider the ethical dimensions of our pursuit. What responsibilities do we carry as we wield the power of creation? The potential consequences of our actions require us to tread lightly. Throughout history, the stories of giants have acted as reminders of the delicate balance between our aspirations and our limitations. As we seek to unravel the secrets of our past, we must remain vigilant, respecting both the knowledge we gain and the legacies we inherit. In doing so, we can honor the tales of the Nephilim and the lessons they impart, ensuring that as we look to the future, we do so with a sense of humility and caution. As we conclude this investigation, we are left with more questions than answers. What stands firm in our understanding of history? What remains open for further exploration and inquiry? The journey through the tales of the Nephilim serves as a reminder that the past is not a distant memory, but a living narrative that continues to shape our identities and beliefs. The quest for truth is an ongoing endeavor, and each discovery brings us closer to understanding not only the giants of our history, but also the giants within ourselves, the aspirations, fears, and dreams that define what it means to be human. In this delicate interplay between myth and reality, we uncover the essence of our shared humanity. As we seek to unlock the secrets of our ancestors, we must navigate this terrain with care, recognizing that while science holds the keys to ancient mysteries, it also carries significant responsibilities. In this moment of reflection, let us ponder the enduring legacy of the Nephilim myth. It is a story that transcends time and culture, reminding us that the pursuit of knowledge is a powerful force that shapes our destinies. What awaits us in the future remains uncertain, yet one thing is clear. The narrative of the Nephilim is far from over. The echoes of their existence resonate through our history, urging us to continue our exploration with an open mind and a thoughtful heart. Remember, what stands firm and what remains open? Stay tuned for our next episode, where we will delve deeper into the mysteries that connect our past to our present, exploring the unanswered questions that continue to shape our understanding of the world around us. As we turn the page on this chapter, let us carry forward the lessons learned and the stories shared, ensuring that the legacy of the Nephilim and the questions they provoke endures for generations to come.